Right then, everybody, we are going to do a nice little Pilates set. I've called it this two-way stretch. One, because we're going to be doing some lovely stretches within our routine itself. And two, because if you've got one, I'd like you to bring in a stretchy band. So I'm going to use a little mini loop band. If you've got a long band, you could use a long band. Okay, if you haven't, don't worry, you'll just get the one-way stretch. Set your band down to the side. To begin with, I want us to spin around into our mermaid pose. So sitting up with the knees coming out. And we're going to come straight in to a little up and over, come into the waist. Just as much as you can here. So that hand that comes down onto the floor, soft through the elbows, lean over the top. When you come around the other way, you're not going to be able to get quite as far. So just do as much of a flow as feels nice for you. I'm being quite dynamic here, moving relatively quickly through this one. I'm going to do one more over the top. Then you're going to bring both hands down to the side. You're going to swivel around to all fours. And the leg that was furthest away from you, keep it extended. Or just keep one leg extended, it doesn't matter too much. You're going to lift up. We're going to come into a little rainbow side with that leg from one side of the mat to the other. Good. So just now moving into the hips, into the glutes, just sweeping across with that nice high arch. 2 and 1. Bring those toes of that extended leg down to the floor. Turn, twist, and press up high. So you've got that long leg extended behind you, and then you're opening up almost into kind of a side plank, creating some nice space here. So I want you to feel that stretch through the chest. Good. Hands down, both knees in. Exhale, press back into child's pose. Good. And then exhale forwards all the way into cobra, lowering your hips, lifting your chest and chin, remembering you can drop down to your elbows here if you prefer. And release the tension in the glutes. Good. When you're ready, exhale, press back. And you're going to bring yourself around back into your mermaid pose, but the opposite direction this time. So your knees come out on this diagonal, hand down to the mat, we reach over, and then we press over the other direction. So really opening up that whole torso. Good stuff. Just sweeping over. You can do a little breath with each movement here. Good. On this one, we exhale, bring both hands forward, spin around to all fours. One knee tip stays tucked. The other leg, so the leg that was long, that you haven't done your rainbows with yet, comes into your little rainbow arches here. We're not locking out those elbows at the front, so keep them nice and soft. And just gently hug that belly button up towards your spine. Good. We've got 2 and 1. Keep that leg extended behind you. Turn and twist and open it up at the front. Good. Really pull that top arm back slightly so that you get that lovely stretch through the chest. Good. Exhale, bring that hand down. Draw both knees in. Press back into child's pose. And then exhale, sweep your body forward, lower your hips, lift your chin and chest into cobra. Good, and when you're ready, exhale, press yourself back up. We're going to spin around to sitting. Do just give those wrists a little roll through. And then bring yourself to sitting up nice and tall. So lengthen up that spine. And then if you are using a band, you can bring it in here, okay? If you're using a loop band, just loop it over your wrists. If you're using a long band, you can just hold it out in front of you. Arms are extended, shoulders are down, belly button is hugged in towards the spine, and just the heels are on the floor. We're going to roll that lower back. We're going to come back to the point where you feel like you can hold it for a moment. And then we're going to exhale forward, sweep the arms up overhead, hit them back in front. So as I said, you absolutely don't need to do a band here, but if you are using a band, just make sure it remains nice and taut. So if you've looped the band over your wrist, you're really pressing your wrist out into the edges of that band, keeping it secure. If you're holding a long band, I don't want it nice and floppy, I want it nice and taut. Good. So just at your own pace, roll back, small little pause there, and then all the way up. So we've got that lovely lengthening up of the spine as we come up tall, and we're working into our abdominals as we roll it back. Beautiful, guys. We have got 2 more here. Maybe your shoulders are starting to feel warm, especially if you're using a band for extra resistance. Here's your 1. Good. Roll it back. Little pause. All the way up. Overhead. Here's your 2. Extend those legs long. If you're using a band, you could use it to help pull you into a stretch. Otherwise, just take hold of your shins, ankles, toes. Hinge forwards, give a nice stretch out to that lower back. Good. And then exhale, release. Give those shoulders a roll through. We're going to stay sitting, okay? So just draw your knees up, heels back down. This time we're going to come into a bow and arrow, so that nice diagonal twist, that movement across our torso. Again, if you're using a loop band, you could hook one over your thumb and grab hold of the other, or you use your long band. We take the elbow down on one side, and then we come across on the other side. Again, you're just coming back as far as you're comfortable with. So feel free to just stay high, sticking with this twisting movement, working into the waist. Or absolutely drop your elbow down all the way to the mat. Option, you can lift that opposite heel to the elbow that you're dropping back just to create a little bit more instability. Make those abdominals work a little harder. As always, choose the one that's right for you guys. Exhale down, inhale back up. Beautiful. Keep going here, keep that transition nice and smooth if you can. We've got 1 more on each side. 1. And 1. And again, take the legs forwards, take a little stretch out, with or without your band. I'm quite tight today through my hamstrings and lower back, so I'm not coming down super deep. You don't have to. The stretches are the nice part, so don't over force it. Just wherever you can. Maybe you can come much lower and get your chest all the way down to your thighs, or anywhere in between. Good. Let's release. If you're using a band, I want you to bring it up over your thighs now. So easy, if you've got a loop band, you can just pull it up there. If you've got a long band, you can tie it in a knot. If you haven't got a band, just using your legs. We're going to come down to lying. If you want to practice your roll down, glue those heels to the floor. Roll it back nice and slowly. Otherwise, you use your hands to help lower you down. Once you are down on your back, walk those heels in towards your bottom. Relax your hands down by your side. Make sure that those shoulder blades are in contact with the mat behind you. Getting rid of my hair bobble so that I'm not pushing my neck forwards. Okay, from here, we're going to pull that belly button back in, or hug it back in rather than force it. And then we're going to tilt our hips up. We're going to roll up into a bridge, bring those hips up to the ceiling, and then take the knees wide at the top, close together, and then roll it back down. Good. So doing this at your own pace. So each time you reset that belly button at the bottom, you roll up, lift the hips, try not to flare the ribs, take the knees wide at the top, back in, and then a nice slow roll down. So we're really mobilizing into that back. Think about all those little muscles that run up your spine. Good. As you take your knees wide, you're working into your outer thighs, your glutes. Beautiful stuff. So keep going through this at your own pace. Never any rush with Pilates. Good. If you've got a super tight band, those knees aren't going to be opening particularly wide at the top. Hopefully you can feel it though. Good. Let's do 2 more of these. So wherever you are, finish off the one you're on, and then 2 fresh new ones. And then once you're done, you're going to bring those knees into your chest. Have a little squeeze and hug here. Good. Perfect stuff. We're going to work into the hips a little bit. So if you're using a band, bring it down over your foot. You can keep it tied up if you've tied a knot. One leg comes down to the floor, and you're going to use your band as a little support here. Again, if you haven't got a band, not a problem at all. You can just circle that leg. The foot is going to be flexed though, so you're pressing into your heel. You can either have your other leg bent as a supporting leg on the floor, or you can flatten it out completely, create a little bit more space to really open up wide with those hip circles. Good. Same leg, change direction. How nice is that? Just opening up. As I said, Pilates stretch 2 ways. Some of it is work, some of it is pure stretching. Perfect. Bring that foot up high. Switch your feet around. So step into your band on the other side. Or as I said, if you're not using the band, you can still circle, circle, circle. Just make a difference to the move. Oh, this hip is a little clunky on this side. Maybe you can hear a few little grinds at your end too. That's what we're trying to eliminate. Change direction. Oh, there we go. Much happier hip now. Keep that foot flexed. 2 and 1. Release the leg down. Unhook your band and bring yourself into a full body stretch. If you're using a band, you can hold on to it here or bring your little loop band around your wrists. Stretch, stretch, stretch it out. Yawn. Sigh, relax, whatever you need to do. Good. And then keep those arms overhead, but walk or slide those feet back in, heels towards bottom. So band should either be in your hands or around your wrists here now. We're going to roll it up into a bridge. We're going to hold that bridge. So come up to your max height. Hold there, really press your feet into the floor. And then we're going to lift and lower those arms just to chest height. Pulling apart on that band to create a little bit of tension, or just getting the mobility if you're doing body weight only. Good. Don't let those hips move. Don't let them sway side to side. Don't let them rock up and down. Squeeze into your glutes to keep you up high. Good. And don't forget to breathe. Exhale. Inhale. You've got it for 3, 2, and 1. Keep the arms extended overhead. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll it down out of your bridge. Good. Bring your knees in. Bring your soles of your feet together. Take it into a happy baby. Gorgeous stuff. From here, release, roll yourself back up to sitting. We're going to set the band down. Come around to sitting and bring your knees wide. We're going to take the soles of the feet and bring them together, holding on to the ankles and using that to draw us up nice and tall. So lengthen out that spine, press the chest forward, drop the shoulders. See if you can relax your knees down towards your mat. If you want to lift the heels and take it into a little balance here, just up away from the mat, you can. Or if that feels too much, keep your heels down to the floor. Good. Hinge forward. So bring your knees to the heels to the floor if you're not there already. Hinge forwards, elbows into the knee. Just take a little rock. Just pressing those legs a little wider. Good. And release. Come to sit. However you are comfortable. Hands onto the knees if you are cross-legged. Bring it into a seated cat-cow, or just fingertips to the floor if you prefer. Good, moving that spine, putting the belly button in, tucking the chin to the chest, and then pressing forwards. We take it back and forwards one more time. And forwards as you come forwards. Take your shoulders on a little roll out. Do a little scan, see how everything's feeling. If you've got a couple of more minutes and you don't have to rush to get up and you want to do any more stretches whilst you're down on the mat, please do take advantage. Otherwise, I will leave you here for today. Thank you so much. I hope that you are feeling stretched and strong. I will see you all on the next one. Take care, guys.